Hello Sagittarius, and welcome to my channel GreenLion Goddess. This is your fortnightly reading, a general reading for the first half of July, so July the 1st through to the 15th. As I said, it is a general reading, so parts of it may resonate and parts of it may not. Just take and leave what feels right for you. If you'd like to skip this shuffling and this spiel, then there will be a timestamp in the description box below. And if you enjoy and like this reading, then please like, subscribe or leave a comment. So let's see what we can get for you, Sagittarius. I have to admit this is my second time at shuffling for you because the first just didn't feel right. I was like, this is not right. I didn't even start. I'm like, no, this is not right for Sagittarius. We've got the Queen of Pentacles have come out for you, Saggy. What else can we get for Sagittarius? Do you know what? I'm going to use this deck. Okay, crossed by the Two of Swords, crowned by the Page of Pentacles. Just felt like this was the right deck. It was calling for you, Sag. 10 of Wands at the base of the issue, base of the reading. We have the Two of Wands. What else can we get for Sagittarius? I've never had this before, Sagittarius, where the decks keep wanting to kind of shift and change and like say, oh no, we want this deck now. It's very much, I think it's probably a lot to do with your reading, and it's like it's a bit chopping and changing, shifting. What can we get for Sagittarius? No? Every time, this is weird, Sagittarius. I've never had this before. Every time I pick up a different deck, I go, no, come back to this deck. And then I pick up this deck and it goes, no, to the other deck. It's very seesaw, up, down, up, down. So we'll see if that's relevant to your reading. We've had the Ace of Wands come out. Because often the way the cards come out, they kind of give me a message as I'm shuffling. So, yeah, it's strange. Unusual, and I think that could be part of your reading. There's some different ways of doing things or unusual activities or behaviors, patterns. Might be looking at like just a combination of two things or mixing some things up. Okay, message for Sagittarius. What wants to come out? This is just like almost like playing a game. Saggy. Six of Swords. Gosh. This is one of the strangest readings I've ever done with the different cards. But I'm just going with it because I trust my intuition in these readings, and we'll see where we end up. And maybe that's what this is all about, is just going with a feeling or a gut and trusting your intuition and just knowing it's going to be right in the end. Yes, that makes sense with the Eagle card. Do we want one more? Okay, message from Spirit from this deck. Message from Soul and Spirit for Sagittarius. The other message could be to just keep trying until it feels right, until you get the result that is feeling, because it's funny, I'll be like, you try this deck now and then I will get nothing from that deck. But then it's like going around and around and around, trying a whole heap of different things. Is this what it's felt like, going around in circles? I'm sorry, Sagittarius, this is probably very frustrating for you. So hopefully, okay, we've got a final card. Ooh, the Lovers, beautiful. Okay, unexpected. Look for things in unexpected places. We have, as the situation, let's get stuck into it, Sagittarius, finally. The Queen of Pentacles crossed by the Two of Swords. So this is a beautiful Capricorn energy, this Queen of Pentacles crossed by this Two of Swords energy. There is a decision that needs to be made that you're not wanting to make here. And it's to do with perhaps with a partnership or a home. It's to do perhaps with your finances as well. It's that Pentacles energy. So I just feel like there is a decision that needs to be made, perhaps around the house or to do with where your career and finance is going, but very much to do with that Pentacle energy. And yes, there's an avoidance of not wanting to make that decision. So let's have a look at it. But you kind of know it needs to be done, but you also know that by making that decision, it has consequences and could cause conflict. So you're in this kind of holding pattern with it at this moment in time. And that might be what the cards were kind of going back and forth, around and around, going round, wheels and turns and roundabouts. What's that saying? When your mind just keeps going around and looking at all the different options and not necessarily wanting to take but if you sit really still, you will know, and you might have already known what the right option was going to be. Crowning you, we have this Page of Pentacles, this beautiful energy coming through. This is energy that might be at the front of your awareness, or it's at the front of your consciousness, in your conscious mind here with this Page of Pentacles. And again, it's the same with the Queen of Pentacles energy. It's very much nurturing. There's something in your life that you're wanting to nurture and find growth. And it's something that is quite fragile and precious, that you know that half you need to protect and half you need to plant it in the right place in order for it to bring what you need. And there is something that you need here. You feel quite aware of that, of what this is with this Page of Pentacles energy, but it's something, it feels like something that perhaps you feel like you can't share with other people because there is this need to protect it. There is this sense of being on your own with this and not wanting someone else's energy to get involved. That this is something that you have to do for yourself. So there's very much planting an idea or making a decision here, but it's to do with nurturing either an idea or a sense of self, of what's working for you, because it could be like, I really need to look after myself here and know what it is that, or it could be finances, investing in yourself somehow. It feels very much that energy. We have at the base of the issue the Ten of Wands. So this is, you're exhausted, it's taken a lot out of you, and this is why you've got this sense of you need to nurture and come back to yourself and look after yourself or something in your life here, because with this Ten of Wands energy, it has this could be burnt out, it could be feeling oppressed, it's working too hard or taking on too much responsibility. There's a burden here with this Ten of Wands. It's very much you need a break. You definitely need a break. You need to let go of something because something has taken too much out of you here. Interestingly, with this card, it is the card of oppression, feeling like you lacking motivation or you don't have the energy to move forward. And this golden fleece here is right in front of the coin, right in front of Jason here. And so it's within, the golden fleece can heal anything. This is the healing that you're needing, the replenishment that you're needing here. And it's actually within arm's reach, but it may not feel like it. It may feel like you can't actually access it. And so that's why, yeah, there's a conflict around that. The Two of Wands in the recent past. And it's interesting that you've got the Two of Wands, but you've also got the Two of Swords. There's two twos, so there's something to do with a partnership here. The Two of Wands is making a decision to come out of a place where, a womb-like place where you felt safe. And so hence this sense of feeling vulnerable. That could have been a part of you that you were hiding from the world, and suddenly it's like you feel strong enough now to come out and expose yourself and ready to take on a part of the world, or ready to develop this part of your personality. There is wisdom that has been gained in this process. It's like a womb-like, it's almost like a birth, like that cave here where Chiron, the wounded healer, and also very wise, there's a learning. So this could, that's kind of like, it could be representative of the womb and coming out. It's a transitional energy with this Two of Wands. For some of you, this is the end of a period of study or learning. And so now it's kind of like, now I'm out in the world. What am I going to do with this knowledge? What am I going to do with myself? And so this wonderful knowledge that you have is this pentacle, that you're wanting to invest in your future, in who you are. But yes, there's a situation that has taken it out of you, like perhaps working too hard, there's too much conflict in a relationship, or studying too hard, whatever it is. You need a bit of a rest right at this minute. But in the near future, we have this Ace of Wands. So here's the new beginning that you're stepping into. This is a whole new path, a whole new idea erupts for your world. And so here it comes, you've got this knowledge that you've gained, and out of it comes this beautiful new motivation, this new drive, this new desire to be doing something. And so this Ace of Wands energy can often feel divinely inspired, but I actually feel like this is the work of a lot of inner workings within you, Sagittarius. You've done a lot of inner work, and this is a result of that. You're reaping the benefits of what you have learnt within this situation, within that cave there. It's somehow you needed to kind of be protected in a way, a part of you needed to be in a different realm for a while. And so therefore that leads to celebration. This is you, Three of Cups, celebrating this kind of sense of there's a fresh new start, a new beginning on offer here. And you do know that this is something you deserve because you've put in all the hard work for this. So there's other people that are celebrating with you, that it actually feels like a graduation. That's what I'm kind of getting here, a graduation. So some of you graduating, studying some sort of course, but it can be like a graduation metaphorically of reaching a certain stage in your life, or a certain knowledge base in your life, ending the cycle of learning, and suddenly you've moved up in terms of what it is you can offer the world. You're now kind of no longer the student, you're the master. So there's a graduation. It could be energetic as well. It can be spiritual. It could be just a maturation. So there's celebration around this. Other people, there could be family celebrations and gatherings around this. But yeah, there is celebration around this. And that is you in the situation. So around you, we have the peacock energy, the energy surrounding you. And there's confidence here. The peacock looks good, like things are looking good. Basically, when the peacock comes out, there's a sense of being quite proud of who you are and what you've achieved, and actually displaying, showing your true, there's something about your expression of showing who you are, showing the full amazement of who you are. The peacock, displays themselves. They're actually really, I'm also getting that it's quite an intuitive energy with this peacock, because I'm getting this as like little antennas up into the world, looking out for opportunities, putting little feelers out, feeling there's a confidence that's coming with this card, with this peacock. So it's just a kind of sensing opportunities. So yeah, things are feeling and looking good, which is a good energy to have. Hopes and fears, Six of Swords. And yes, it has been a transition. You have moved from one stage to another, and that's what this Six of Swords is. Relocation, it's movement, moving to a calmer, more peaceful place, letting go of those choppy waters of emotions, whatever that would be, whatever it is that you've done. You've put in all this hard work. It can be relocation. It can be, okay, now you finish that cycle, it's time to move. You're moving from being a student, you need to get a job, or you're moving from one place to another, you're moving careers. There's this sense of moving, either metaphorically, spiritually, energetically. There is a relocation here, transitioning from one phase to another. So, yeah, and it brings peace and happiness. It does bring mental. You can take a big sigh now, Sagittarius. And as a final energy, we have the Eagle card, which is beautiful because the eagle flies higher than the sun. The eagle represents soul and spirit, clear sight, actually being able to go for what it is that you want, and aiming high, really having a bigger, broader vision. It's a higher understanding. It's being able to see things from a higher perspective and being really soul connected as well, connecting into the divine. So there's this elevation that has occurred through an elevation of perspective and understanding and realization of your world. And so again, that's part of the whole sense that you've graduated to a whole new level here, Sagittarius. So yeah, it's actually really powerful, really powerful. And I feel like you're going to see things differently in your world, but it's going to feel really good. There's going to be this knowing. So a sense of having arrived. So yeah, really, really powerful energies, this kind of transition that you're going through. And as the final energy message from soul and spirit, we have the Lovers. Beautiful. And the Lovers can definitely be, as a message from soul and spirit, this is a message of pure love. It actually feels really lovely, this energy I'm getting here. It is very much a romantic Romeo and Juliet vibe, like that real pure love that has been almost, like those two almost feel like they've been cocooned, like within this, almost like we're talking a lot about this cave, this experience of being in the cave, or a hidden part of you, or a part where you were learning a lot. This is kind of there's a beautiful, for some of you, there is love here, but there is, again, okay, now I'm going to try and explain what it is that I'm getting. Okay, Sagittarius, this is the new phase that you're stepping into now, okay? So this was the old learning, the womb-like cocoon of learning, and we're all talking about cocoons and transitioning and, all that sort of things, transformation. This is the new cycle, and here we have the Lovers, and what is cocooning and learning and percolating, this sort of soul journey at the moment, is this pure love that's coming through here with this Lovers energy. And it's not just, it's you and somebody else. So there's a very strong connection with somebody here. And so if you are in a long-term soul relationship, this is something that's happening here. There's going to be growth. There's learning and growth that's occurring with this new cycle that's coming through. If it is something that you've been alone for a long time, it's actually opening you up and healing parts of your heart so that you will and can be open to this idea of love. And for those that are have been single, I'm very much like it's the same thing. It's opening yourself up for this, to this energy of love. It's healing your heart. So it's very much opening yourself up to a soulmate connection to grow and expand in your world. So, and this can also be messages from, not only is it self-love, which therefore opens you to love from somebody else, but it's also love from soul and spirit that's coming through for you, Sagittarius, as well. So yeah, it's really, really powerful stuff coming through. So this is going to be a beautiful journey of the heart for you. Very beautiful. It feels very high, divine, pure energy. So it's going to be different for every one of you, but that's kind of, this is kind of like learning the higher mind, spiritual practice, all of this sort of stuff. This is the heart. So next stop, your heart. So I hope that makes sense, Sagittarius. If you'd like to hear more, please like, subscribe and leave a comment. It feels very divinely inspired and connected, this reading. I hope that it resonates for some of you. Please take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.